Hey guys, Angus here, got another Airsoft product review for you guys. Today we're taking a look at an internal part. Once again, we've got a motor set before us. Now what this is the GP2000 high-speed short type motor. It's not G&P, it's just GP, kind of an off-brand. And if you're interested in purchasing this product, there'll be a link down below in the description to airsoftpark.com where you can buy it for about $48. So a little bit more expensive than the Element high-speed, the long type motor we took at last time, but hey, maybe it'll give us some better results as we'll look at further in the review. Now first things first here, obviously a short type motor. This is going to apply to your version 3 gearboxes. Primarily what you're going to be installing this in are your AK style AEGs. Not to say you couldn't install it in say a Thompson or something else that uses a short type motor as well. But primarily you're going to use this in your AKs. Chances are that's what you're buying it to upgrade. We can look at it all day. Looks kind of nice on the outside. Got a nice little ACU camo job on it and everything. But what we really want to know is how it works inside the gun. So that's exactly where we're going to go ahead and get into this and install this into a weapon. Go ahead and take some shots, see how much it increases it. So let's see the gun we're going to be placing it in. And that Airsoft weapon set right before us. This is my CYMA CM050 electric blowback Romanian AK-47 style Airsoft AEG. We're going to go ahead and pop the motor in this thing. Obviously being an AK, it uses a version 3 gearbox there for a short type motor. The rate of fire of the 9.6 is decent, as you'll see in a couple seconds here. We test out the stock motor. However, I kind of want an increased rate of fire, and that's why I've selected this to go ahead and put that new high-speed motor in. It's an old gun, as you can tell, but it's still got a little bit of pep in it, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the stock motor is producing as far as rate of fire goes. Alright, so we've got my Extratech chronograph set up and ready to go. Let's see how fast my CYMA AK is shooting on its stock motor and with that 9.6 volt stick type battery. 739 rounds per minute, which as you can see converts into about 12.3 rounds per second. Alright, so the stock rate of fire off the 9.6 volt battery we're seeing there is around the 750 rounds per minute area and the 12.3, 12.5 rounds per second, which is perfectly respectable in my opinion. But hey, let's go ahead and test that motor out, pop it in this gun. Installation on these is rather simple. First things first, being that your motor is obviously held down in your pistol grip here, you want to remove the grip. It's very simple. I've already done it, but there'll be a screw right in here that you simply unscrew and then this will pop off. In my case, that's been out for a while, therefore that's been taped on for quite some time. At this point now, the motor's inside a motor cage. This is pretty simple to remove. What you're going to want to take is a Phillips head screwdriver in my case. Maybe it'll be a Torx head or Allen keys or something for you. And at that point you want to unscrew these and remove the motor cage. And once that's done, the motor cage will pop free. At this point you want to remove the wires. Luckily in my case they aren't soldered on, which I've noticed with some AKs they are. Once you pop these off, you're going to go ahead and actually break open the motor cage by unscrewing these two Phillips head screwdrivers here. Again, very simple. Just go ahead and unscrew them. And once those screws are out, you can go ahead and actually pop the motor cage open, causing the original motor to pop out like so. At that point, we're going to go ahead and install the new one simply by fitting it in right back into where this one originally was. And with a few simple reversed steps, you can go ahead, pop that motor back in the cage, reinsert these screws, and then everything's lined up pretty well. It's obvious where each end goes. Just make sure you do line it up with the motor head sticking out of the large opening as opposed to not being able to stick out whatsoever. Once you've gone ahead and done this, you can get everything realigned on here like so. At this point, you reconnect your wires and screw this in. And once those screws are in and the wires connected, congratulations, your motor is back on your gun. At that point, you'd simply do the easy step, place that pistol grip back over it, tighten in the screw. At this point, with the motor installed, let's see how much improvement we've had, going from 750 rounds per minute to, let's see how much the high-speed motor has increased our rate of fire. Alright, so we've got the Extratech chronograph set up once again. Now we're going to go ahead and see how much this rate of fire has improved with the new motor in there. We'll be firing off that same 9.6 volt battery. Let's go ahead, rounds per minute up first. 972 rounds per minute, which as you can see, converts into a little over 16 rounds per second. Alright, so taking a look at that final result there, I'm pretty pleased with the GP2000 motor. Initially out of this gun with the stock motor, we're seeing about 750 rounds per minute, 12 rounds per second. And with the new motor in, same battery, we've got about 1,000 rounds per minute and 16 rounds per second. That's nearly a 4 round per second increase, obviously, if you count the different decimal places behind each number. And pretty much, that sums it up. This is a pretty solid high-speed motor. Certainly did raise the speed of my rate of fire quite a bit. and therefore I'm pretty pleased with it. Overall, it's a nice little motor for a relatively fair cost of around $48. So if you're looking for a decent motor to go ahead, upgrade your rate of fire on your gun, this might be a nice one to start. It's an off-brand, so I'm not exactly sure of the following, but hey, it might work out. In this case, it did handle pretty well, upping the rate of fire, at least from the couple initial shots we saw there. So with that being said, this has been Deathcore Airsoft's review of the GP2000 high-speed short-type motor. It's a solid little motor, probably going to up your rate of fire a little bit if you have a version 3 gun or a short-type motor Airsoft AEG. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.